And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another live Q&A. Apologies, I'm running a few minutes late, by the way. And if I look like I'm sweating, it's because I am. I just got back from a long walk, and I was like, I just got to run it. So I threw on a clean outfit, and I'll shower after. I got a water cup today. For those who know, I usually do water breaks. This time I went with a mega cup. Something about drinking water out of a cup just hits different sometimes, you know. I got a nice bottle. I fill it up a bunch. It keeps the ice cold all day, but sometimes you just need a good old-fashioned cup. Am I right? So anyway, welcome in, everybody. It is Wednesday, April 9th, 6:04 p.m. Eastern. Apologies for running a couple minutes behind. But we're here now. We'll do it live, as they say. Just posted something on my Instagram story, not YouTube, about the YouTube live stream, so that's good. And we're here. We're doing this thing. So for those of you who are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. How this works is I'm going to hang out for who knows how long, hour 45. I always have to get my other guys' reference in. And yeah, I'll answer as many questions as I can. I will not be able to get to every single question. I'll try my best, but that's just not possible. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get behind in the chat and I won't be able to get to everything. So if you want to guarantee that I can get to your question, comment, concern, Super Chat is the way to go. It guarantees I get right to your question or comment. It pops up immediately on my screen. And again, it's just a huge way to help support the channel in addition to that. So yeah, hit the like button as well if you're in here live or on the replay. And I say we just get down to business. Water break. Okay. How do I sound? Can you guys hear me fine? Let me know. Let me type this out really quickly and then we'll get right down to the questions. Let me see. Here we go. Let me make sure this all goes, and then we'll get down to business. All right, that should have just sent for the chat, and then I usually pin a comment, and then we'll just get down to it. All right. Let's see. All right, looks good. Sounds good on my end. Very nice. Cool. Apologies for running a couple minutes late, by the way. I see we got 66 people in here, so welcome in. Fire off your questions now, and let's do this thing. Let's do it. Jacob Wells, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. I love talking Stranger Things, so thank you for watching. William's in the house. Shout out William. C. Snipes is in here. We got Emily, who's on a bus from a field trip. Wow. Well, hopefully you have decent service. What field trip? That's the question I would ask. I'm meeting William Zabka and Ralph Macchio for the first time in May for the Liverpool Comic Con. Can't wait to meet those two living legends. They're both very cool. Honestly, when I met Ralph Macchio, apologies for the noise you're about to hear in the background. There's a train over the hill that likes to make a ruckus every time I go live. So I'm going to take a water break really quick. The loudest part's about to go by. All right, that's the worst of it. To answer your question, well, there was no question, but they're both living legends, absolutely. I've met both of them. They're both very sweet. When I met Ralph Macchio, it was like right after his book had come out, and so he was like trying to get me to read it, and I did end up buying it and reading it. It was quite fascinating, especially if you are fascinated in how he ended up coming out of retirement in the role of Daniel Russo. It's kind of about that and just the Karate Kid journey. I think it's called The Karate Kid and Me. Worth a read, and I don't read much. Main gamers in the chat. Hey, Chris, wow, you weren't joking about the Minecraft movie. I didn't like it, and I had a terrible experience watching it as teenagers through paper airplanes during my showing with screaming and clapping. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the movie at all. To each their own about, if you liked it or not, more power to you. But when it comes to the way people are reacting, it's indefensible, in my opinion. I made a short about that. I haven't made like a long video, but it's indefensible. I mean, I'm sorry. I know like there's a difference between going to a movie and like cheering at something that genuinely excites you. But if anyone knows that the stuff happening with the Minecraft movie is just a meme. Like it's just for the viral videos. It's just performative BS. It's not authentic. It's not like when you're watching Endgame or watching No Way Home and like Toby Andrews shows up and you're actually shocked. People know the line. People know the moment to react. and it's becoming a contest now to outperform other people and get more clicks and views on social media. So it's complete BS. And anyone who's defending it as, oh, let the kids have fun, like, they don't understand. I think they're so out of touch with just social media and the internet, they don't understand that it's all a meme. And like, I feel like the people who are doing it, like I saw someone bring an actual chicken to a theater. That's the latest one in the Minecraft drama. That those people will look back 5-10 years from now and be like, man, that was so cringe when we were doing that. Because I mean, I've had stuff like that too. When I was in like middle school or high school, I'd be like, that trend was so cringe. Like, I can't think of an example off the top of my head. What was it? Oh yeah, there actually I can think of one. I was in like middle school. I want to say it was middle school, late middle school. The Harlem Shake, stupid, so dumb, and like everyone was making videos about it. And like now it's like, oh, that's so stupid, you know. And it's just like I feel like 5 years from now, when everyone's older, they'll be like, damn, that was dumb. And also really like harmful to the theater going, the movie going experience, the theater workers. It's just unpleasant all around. Like, I'm not saying you can't make noise or cheer for something. That's completely different. But the throwing popcorn, the getting on people's shoulders, it's out of hand. It's out of hand 100% in my opinion. So yeah, it's absurd. It's crazy out there. Water break. Good stuff. Super Angelo Edits says, if you had to choose one character to survive Stranger Things 5, who would it be? You can't say Hopper or Steve. If I can't say Hopper or Steve, I'm going to say Dustin. I want Dustin to live a happy life forever. He deserves nothing but happiness after the trauma the boy's been through. I would also maybe argue Max, though, because she's kind of been through the ringer as well. Maybe even more trauma. I mean, almost fully, I mean, was killed by Vecna, then brought back. So Max or Dustin would be my answer if I can't say one of those two. All right. I do think Sam Owens is 100% alive. I think we know that he is, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's alive. Okay. A lot of chicken jockeys in the chat. First we Q, then we A. Let's Q&A. There you go. Starcourt's in the house. Shout out my boy Jacob. Emily says, what do you think they'll drop at TUDUM, Stranger Things wise? Well, if you go to Netflix right now, open Netflix on your phone, open Netflix on your computer or your TV, and type in TUDUM. And when you click TUDUM, Stranger Things is going to come up at the top. And I thought it was like fake on Twitter, but I went and looked it up and it's true. Like, Stranger Things seemingly going to be the number one thing highlighted at TUDUM. So I expect the first teaser trailer and the release date. That's my expectation. We'll see if I'm right. I mean, I've been wrong a lot this year, but TUDUM seems to be like the day to sort of circle our calendars. Benjamin, shout out Benjamin for being in here. Apologies for starting late. Again, welcome everybody. How's it going? Abby, shout out Abby, welcome in. We got Dustin, Drew Reacts. Good to see you here. Axel, yeah, rip Val Kilmer. Very sad news. I've never seen Tombstone, but I may watch that soon. It's about one of the popular Val Kilmer movies I have not seen. So very, very tragic. Let's see. Indie cameo.
Do you want to hold him? I'm going to bring my stuff into your room. So I figured 2 birds,
hey,
1
buddy.
stone.
You want to be on stream? You might go a little crazy, but hey, this is my kitten. Yeah, rip Iceman, very sad. Am I upset the Gators won the Natty? No, because it's not football. Anything that's not college football, I don't really care about. I saw like Florida won, whatever. Like they're trying to make a big deal. Like, oh, we're the only school that has, I think it's 3 natties in football, 3 natties in basketball. Like, big whoop. And he's trying to escape right now. I'm going to hold him like this. There he is. Hey, buddy, you're on stream. Yeah, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. I think it's actually comical because as a Georgia fan, I can now just say Florida's a basketball school, and that will really rile up their fans. Shout out Aiden if he's in here, by the way. I know he's a Florida Gator, but look at Indy. He's actually kind of calming a little bit. But yeah, it's hilarious to me actually that they won the Natty. I don't care at all. Here, calm down, buddy. It'll be okay. Wait one little bit longer. Who's the most underrated Stranger Things character from Dustin? I would say underrated. Robin. I think Robin, she's one of my like favorites in the entire show, but she doesn't get enough love from most of the fandom, I feel. So I'd go Robin, most underrated character in the show, probably. Look at him. He's trying. You got him?
Yeah. Can do them.
There you go, buddy. Going crazy. But yeah, Robin, I'd say, is the most underrated character in Stranger Things. And speaking of Stranger Things 5, first trailer, TUDUM. Mark your calendar for TUDUM. By the way, Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to you a question, comment, or concern. Huge way to help support the channel. Speaking of, got our first Super Chat of the stream from Leanne. Hello, Leanne. Hi, Chris. Met you and Cam at Upside Down Con in Atlanta last year. Thank you for being so nice. Well, it was nice to meet you, Leanne. Are there any upcoming Stranger Things cons you're attending this year or next? Well, great question. I've been reminiscing about how much fun I had at that convention lately. It was the best I've been to, I think. And the reason is because it felt like homey. Does that make sense? Like, you know how, say you're off at, college or whatever, staying at a dorm, it doesn't feel like home, but if you add in some, decorations, pictures, things of value to you, of sentimental value, it starts to feel like home again. That's kind of what I mean about this convention specifically. It was just Stranger Things devoted. So it's not like there was other actors there, and it was a lot smaller in scale, so it felt more personal. And with fan expos, I love going to them, but they're more of the I guess if we're doing like a comparison to like shops, it's like, your big outlet mall with all the shops, all the fandoms. But here it's like your mom and pop shop. It's your Stranger Things, exclusive con with just Stranger Things actors and fans of the show. So that was my favorite convention I've been to, I think, off the top of my head. I mean, it was a blast. It really was. And I got to meet a lot of you guys, and just the energy for Stranger Things was real. Now, in terms of upcoming cons, I don't have any on the radar for Stranger Things specifically, because trust me, I scour the internet for these things. I'm always looking into like Stranger Things related conventions. Epic, who put on the Upside Down last year in Jackson, they aren't doing another one for the foreseeable future. It might have been a one and done for them, if you want the truth. So I don't know when the next Stranger Things like centered con will be, like where it's exclusively Stranger Things. I am keeping my eye out for that. I'll keep you guys posted if I get any info, but no, I don't have any like Stranger Things cons on the horizon. The next one I'm probably going to go to is Atlanta Comic-Con, which Stranger Things actors could go to. I'm actually for sure going to Atlanta Comic-Con at least one day, because they just announced this past week that Mary Mauser and Tanner Buchanan are going. For those who know, they're two actors from Cobra Kai, the two of the main ones actually that I don't have autographs from. And so I'll be meeting them, and that's Sam LaRusso and Robbie Keane. And so, yeah, it'll be nice to add them to the Cobra Kai shrine for sure. But those are the two biggest ones I don't have. I don't know why I started talking like that. But I'm excited to meet them. And then regarding Stranger Things, I really would love to go to another Stranger Things convention. Anywhere really in the US I would go. But nothing on the radar right now. Nothing on the horizon, unfortunately. But no, thank you for the super chat, Leanne. And it was a pleasure to meet you at the con. Met a lot of awesome people there. Delicious water break. Let's see. Saturday is the 3-year anniversary of the season 4 trailer, and we still haven't gotten an official image or teaser of season 5 yet. I love the offers. They're really testing the fans' patience. Valid. Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is we have gotten something for season 5. We've gotten two things. We got the behind-the-scenes teaser trailer. That was July 15th, 2024. And we got the episode title reveal video in November. Now, I do think we need something sooner rather than later, because you would think they would want to start marketing now. If you look at, past seasons, especially season 4, they started marketing well in advance. So it's a little frustrating, I'll admit, but I have faith that they might not want to reveal as much. It's the final season. People are going to tune in, and so they don't need to like sell anyone on watching Stranger Things. They just need to reinvigorate the excitement, the passion for people who are kind of on the fence. So yeah, I would say we'll get a trailer. We'll get a trailer by June. By June, we'll have something. I would think next month. I think TUDUM, which is technically the last day of May. Okay. Hi from Germany. Wow. Yeah, where are you guys watching from? Where are you tuning in from? Let me know. Let me know. Do I think Netflix would ever do crossover episodes for their shows? I doubt it. It'd be too much work behind the scenes with rights and contracts, copyright, all that stuff. It'd be a bit too difficult. Chris, I noticed on Letterboxd you recently rewatched the HSM or High School Musical trilogy. What did you think of them this time around? They're just fun movies. I don't even give those star ratings because it feels weird to rate a Disney Channel original movie with stars. Like, it's not that deep sometimes. I have to like take a step back and be like, this is not that serious. I love Letterboxd and I'll always use it, but like, I don't even like to rate everything I watch sometimes because not everything I think needs to have a star rating. Apologies for the noise over the hill. Another one of those pesky little trains is coming by. I'm not going to mute this time, but I'll just talk over it. I'll yap over it. Yeah, so the High School Musical trilogy, my ranking off the top of my head would be 3 is actually my favorite. I think not only is it like the best production-wise, it's actually like a theatrical film. The other 2 are made for TV. But I think it has the best songs and maybe the best like plot. There's not really like a that's not what High School Musical is about, but you know what I'm saying. Then I would probably say 2, and surprisingly 1's probably my least favorite. 1's a classic decom, but it is my least favorite. I think it's also the least rewatchable. But no, I enjoyed them. They're fun movies. They're, you know, from my childhood and all that, and the soundtrack, it's a banger for all three. What's good, everybody? Welcome. If I answered this question, oh man, some men just want to watch the world burn. I'm not even going to answer this question. Okay. Okay. What's up? How you doing? Are you going to do a tier ranking of who would most likely die in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning? I don't think I'll be doing that, but that's actually a pretty good idea for a video. Now that I think about it, I could do, if I did that, I might do like a short version of it, like a short form or TikTok or reel or something like that. But not a bad idea. I would say Benji might be biting the dust, which is just devastating. He's been in like none of the marketing. And I also think Luther could die, which is quite tragic to think about. Water break, but we'll see. I think Ethan Hunt will live. I don't think they're going to go the Bond route with it. We'll see, though. What's your least favorite Disney live action remake? Probably The Lion King. I think that is an abomination. I'm not a fan. Someone said Chris. Alerts Vera. I just said your username back to you. Did you hear about Val Kilmer? Yes, I talked about that earlier. Very tragic. When I think of Val Kilmer, I think of probably Iceman from Top Gun, which we referred to earlier in the stream. Okay. I agree with this take, man. I just saw that. I was on my walk and I got a notification from Discussing Film. It was like, yeah, the director's like celebrating people like getting on each other's shoulders. I'm like, damn. Definitely didn't read the room. A little tone deaf, in my opinion, there. Dunk's Domain. Hey, Chris, apparently since Marvel is putting a lot of effort into the marketing for Thunderbolts, the movie will be great, just like Deadpool and Wolverine. What is your opinion on this theory? My theory is that, I mean, yeah, they're definitely going all out on the marketing. I think marketing is important for getting eyes on a film, so making the film money. I don't know if any amount of marketing can save a movie, save a bad movie. It's because it's representing an idea of a movie. It's trying to, sell someone to go buy a ticket to a movie, but it's not sometimes fully representing what a movie is. We've seen that, with horror movies or comedies. Sometimes they're mismarketed. Oftentimes, some movies that are like thrillers or dramas are marketed as more like action films, and that's a lie. Like Black Bag, for example. I don't know what I thought I was going to watch. I thought I was going to be watching like a Bourne movie, like Jason Bourne or a Bond film. And it was just so not that. So that was a bit jarring. But my opinion is they've definitely amped up the marketing campaign, and it's unique in a sense that it's like highlighting the filmmaking aspects of a Marvel movie, which is rare. Like it's showing how like the practical stunts, like it's Mission Impossible or something. It's showcasing like the creatives behind the scenes, like the director, I believe the cinematographer in one of the trailers was like mentioned as the cinematographer of this movie. And then the people who composed, I think, Everything Ever All at Once. So yeah, there's a bit of a different approach. And I think it's intentional to sell tickets to people who might not normally go see a Marvel movie. So I think it's smart. You got to switch things up. You can't do the same thing over and over and expect the same results. And they're definitely trying to, shift the public perception on Marvel right now, which makes sense considering Brave New World and how it did to the box office. So yeah, I dig what they're doing with the marketing though, to answer the question. I think it will be good. The movie. Pretty excited for it, actually. It's one of my more anticipated of the year. Mario Fanatic Animation says, do you think Sony will renew their streaming deal with Netflix and Disney Plus to include Beyond the Spider-Verse on Disney Plus in 2027 after 2022 to 26 is over? Well, thank you, Kim. I don't even know how to answer this question. Let's see, because I didn't even know there was really a deal here. All I know is that some movies from the MCU are not on Disney Plus. I think No Way Home is one of them. Correct me if I'm wrong, and like maybe Far From Home, or maybe it's No Way Home. But I actually don't know. I think that eventually every Marvel movie will be on Disney Plus. Is my answer to this question. Danielson, nice username, says, "Hey Chris, big fan. Well, thank you. What is the most tragic death in film history in your opinion? For me, it has to be Goose from Top Gun. That's very tragic. Tragic. I would say there's many answers here, but when I heard tragic, you're just like, oh man, that just rips your heart out. I think of The Lion King and I think of Mufasa, just because of the devastation in Simba's eyes. And he's like, Dad, get up, Dad. And he starts to cry. Like, that hurts like hell. That's just truly tragic to me. The fact that his brother killed him, I can't really think of another off the top of my head as tragic. There are definitely other options, but that one came to mind when I read this for some reason. So I would say The Lion King, Mufasa. His death is tragic. It's maybe the most tragic in movie history. We got a little super chat. Thank you so much. Sup, Chris? This month is stacked with TV shows. Absolutely is. We got The Last of Us Season 2, You Season 5, Daredevil Born Again just ended, Andor Season 2, crazy month. It absolutely is. And you know what? After this water break, I'll elaborate. Refreshing. Look, I am of the opinion that TV is blowing movies out of the water this year. It's not even really up for debate. It's not up for debate. The best movie I've seen this year is not a Hollywood production. It is Naja 2. The best movie I've seen that I guess is a Hollywood production is Companion, and it was a 4 out of 5 for me. So it was still good. But I've seen multiple shows that have had fantastic seasons. Severance Season 2 is great. Daredevil Born Again ruled. The final 5 episodes of Cobra Kai hit. Consensus-wise, a lot of people loved Invincible Season 3. I didn't love it, but you know, a lot of people did. There's The White Lotus just ended. People are loving that. So TV, especially after this month with The Last of Us, with Andor, and with You, I mean, it's not even up for debate. Now, I think that could change, but looking ahead, I mean, some of the biggest shows still to come. We're supposed to get a season of The Bear. We're getting an Alien TV show. We're getting a new Game of Thrones show. We're getting Stranger Things. We're getting Wednesday. We're getting Squid Game. We're getting, Peacemaker. We're getting tons of other shows still. And I'm looking at the movie lineup and it's going to be competitive, but we got a back half of the year heavy lineup for movies because the first 6 months do not hold a candle to the last 6 months. Like July onward, okay, now we're talking. Like July alone, Jurassic, Superman, Fantastic Four, getting into, the fall. The fall's got some stuff, but the first 4 months are very weak this year. I'll say it. The weakest I remember in a long time, because normally March has some heavy hitters and it didn't this year. But yeah, to answer your question, or there wasn't really a question, but to answer this point, Last of Us Sunday, You is in a couple weeks. Daredevil, the finale I think is next week, right? And then Andor, lots to be excited about. Lots to be excited about. We got almost 80 people in here, so if you're going to hit that like button, it helps out a lot. We got another super chat from Zach saying, "Do you read Marvel and DC comic books?" I'm not a comic reader. I don't try and run from that though. I've said that many, many times. I grew up on comic book movies, shows, but no, I've never read comic books. I have a vague familiarity with like some of the lore. I've watched the occasional YouTube video, but no, I don't read comic books. And I'm not ashamed of that. Some people would be ashamed of that and be like, oh, I can't talk about this. But I think that, comic book movies are vastly different than comic books. So it's a different realm. Obviously, they're inspired by comic books. But we're talking movies versus books versus shows. It's all different versus video games. Grew up on, like the Arkham games, all that. So I've been in that world, but no, I'm not a comic reader. And if you can't watch me anymore, I understand. Okay. Do you think the monetary success of Minecraft and Minions would increase the amount of meme movies? Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to get probably a Minecraft trilogy. Those will all make a lot of money. We're going to keep getting Minions movies to the end of time. And now, think about this, really. If the Emoji movie came out today, would it actually have been a hit? It might have been. That was what, 2016, maybe even earlier. That movie came out and everyone shit on it. And now if it came out today, it might actually make $1 billion. So it might have just been too soon. It might have been ahead of its time. But yeah, I mean, we might be in for, I was joking with my buddy, we could be getting like the Coke versus Pepsi movie where, you know, we get a Coke movie, we get a Pepsi movie, and then we get like Coke versus Pepsi. And the film culminates with people, you know, bringing in their Mentos and shaking up their 2 liters of Coke and setting them off in the theater and just having a laugh riot while, you know, an army of, I guess, glass Coke bottles rides into battle on their Coke polar bears and they go to war against, you know, microphones from the Pepsi halftime show. That's where we're at as a society right now. And I I think I'm about to crash out on stream. Yeah, I say that as a joke, but like it's going to happen probably. It is like yeah, I mean the studio, everyone's been referencing the studio. It's very timely. You got to go watch that show on Apple TV Plus. It's great. To mention great TV, go watch that. There's a great bit like in the opening app about like having to fast track a Kool-Aid movie, and you've probably heard that referenced. But it seemed it was hilarious, right? Well, then this comes out and it's like, wow, my Minecraft movie comes out. It's like, this is maybe more timely than ever. And it would not surprise me too. We got an announcement about a Hershey movie. Like this is the world we live in now. And I will say that I've said this for a while. The next big movie that would be like a meme movie is Fortnite. I think Fortnite, but I've said this forever. I think a Fortnite movie would make $2 billion. Fortnite has, it's like on par with Minecraft in my opinion in terms of popular video games. It's free and easy to access for everybody, and it's also got like the multi-generational thing going where kids are playing it right now who are like 5 to 10. But like when I was in high school, like Fortnite was popular. That's like when it came up, and I was probably in like a junior in high school, and people were like going crazy over Fortnite, and that was like almost 10 years ago. So yeah, I think Fortnite would be huge if they made it into a movie, and it could definitely be a meme movie. You'd probably have people like, I don't think it would be as disruptive, but people doing like the dances in the theater, and it would be kind of cringe, honestly. But I think that's where we're headed. I think Fortnite would be a better movie than, I think they could actually have like a great story in that film and make it like adventurous. I don't know. There was like the Minecraft movie to me was soulless. Topic for another time. But yeah, meme movies might be the future. Movie Fan 2002 says another tragic death was Tony Stark. Absolutely, yeah. That's that, and it was inevitable too. You know, tragedy for sure. That one and Mufasa, and what's another tragic death? Let's think. In a way, Qui-Gon Jinn in the Phantom Menace is tragic in a way. So yeah, tragic deaths. Network 98 with his mandatory the craving hashtag. It's been an ongoing bit for years now. Chicken in a theater is wild. What is the worst movie of the decade to make $1 billion in the 2020s so far? It will be a Minecraft movie when it inevitably makes $1 billion, but as of right now, I would probably say Jurassic World Dominion. Off the top of my head, I mean, Maverick's not the worst, Barbie's not the worst, Super Mario Bros. Is bad, but it's not as bad as Dominion. Dominion, I'd say. Unless I'm forgetting something, I would say Dominion. That movie stinks. I can smell it from here. It's so bad. Ooh, terrible movie. Shoot. All right, let's keep it going. Good stream so far, almost halfway in, or I could go however long I want, but 30 minutes I view as like halfway for some reason, but who knows how long this will go. Abby with a question saying, are you planning on seeing Sinners starring Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld? I do plan to see this movie hopefully next week. I think it comes out on Friday. Is that right? It comes out Friday next week, right? My days are all messed up. Yeah, it makes sense. What day of the week is it right now? Why do I have... Okay, yeah. I had a different date in my brain for some reason. No, yeah, it's next Friday. I hope to see it. I also am planning to see The Accountant 2 next week at an early screening at your AMC. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but I went on my AMC app, and they have something called the Accountant 2 Tax Day screening. Tax Day is April 15th. Well, they're doing special screenings 10 days early. So if I let you know about this, you have insider info, I guess. But go right now to your AMC app and check your local theater, because mine has a screening 10 days early. That's before like a the press screening. Like, so I'm going to that for sure. That's next week. I'll be going. So The Accountant 2, Sinners, and I want to see Hell of a Summer. I also want to see Warfare. So there's a lot of movies I got to see. I actually just re-upped. Sorry, my throat's messed up since I got back. There we go. I re-upped my AMC Stubs A-list, which I hadn't done in about 4 years. Re-upped it, so now I can see 3 movies a week. It's about to be 4 movies a week for $26 a month or something like that. Like, that's absurdly, like, that's a steal if I've ever heard of one. Like that, you go to the movies twice, 1.5 times, right? And you're paying for it. So, yeah, it's a steal. It's a steal. But yeah, I plan to see Sinners. Shoot. What are your thoughts on The Crux? What's your favorite song from it? Mine is Charlie's Garden. Yeah, this is Joe's new album. For those who don't know, Joe Keery, that is, if you really don't know, spelled DJO. But yeah, he got a new album out called The Crux. I've listened to it on my walks. My favorite song, it's tough to pick one. Charlie's Garden's obviously great. I've been listening to it a good bit. It's maybe the catchiest. Potion has really been a vibe for me. Honestly, every single song though, like I've been listening to it pretty much on a loop, and other different songs will grow on me depending on time of day of my walk, depending on like what mood I'm in. But yeah, that song Potion really it hits for me. All of them are great though, I think. Great album. Hello there, how you doing? Indy cameo, you already know. Shout out Indy. He's my little man, my goat. All right. Zen says, have you done your top all movies of all time? I have a video on the channel somewhere. I think I did my top 25 favorite movies. So you can go check that out. Excuse me, if you're interested. What would I pitch as a Thunderbolts post-credit scene that ties into Doomsday? I would probably say that it would involve the Thunderbolts, who are going to be in Doomsday, and maybe Sentry as well, ending up in maybe another universe somehow. I'm not really sure how I would do that. I'm so glad I don't write Marvel movies for a living, because it would be impossible. I don't know. But I think it could involve them being set up in a universe other than the one we're currently in. That might be the way to go with it. I think Fantastic Four might do something similar. Yeah, it could be that universe that we see at the end of the Marvels where Beast has Monica Rambeau. That's what I'm kind of leaning, but I don't know. Do I think Steve and Nancy will get back together? Flip a coin. Probably not, if I'm being truthful. Probably not. Would I love to see it? Yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. And that's what I want. I just don't think it's going to be the case. Does Indy have that classic orange cat behavior? Yep. He loves to raise hell, but I love him. He's a cute little guy. He currently, he runs crazy. He gets the zoomies. He, bites things he shouldn't bite. He's kind of out of that phase now. He was biting a lot of cords. He stopped that. He loves his window time. So he likes to go up on this little ottoman we have and be right by the window. He loves to meow a lot for attention. When we're not around, he's very calm and sleepy. But when he's in front of us, he likes to try and get our attention pretty much constantly. So no, he's a sweetie though. I love him, and he's so fluffy. We didn't know he was going to get so fluffy, which is not a bad thing. We thought he was going to be like a pure short-haired cat, but he is a fluff ball. Like, he is definitely more of a medium-haired cat and borderline a long-haired cat, which is fine. I don't mind, but he's crazy, but he's also sweet. I love the guy. Indy will always have a special place in my heart because he's my first pet. I never had a pet growing up, so Indy's my first pet. How is your Spielberg filmography going? From Mohammed? It's going, man. I just picked back up with Schindler's List. I watched that on Sunday. I took about a month off intentionally because I needed to get in the right headspace to rewatch Schindler's List. I hadn't seen it since like 2019. And so I took some time, watched it over the course of a rainy Sunday afternoon. It depressed me, but it's a great film. It's a must-watch film. And now that's like the most difficult challenge in the journey, was revisiting that. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes. Now the next movie is The Lost World, the second Jurassic Park, which is frankly a bore to me. And then I believe it's Amistad, which I have not seen. And then we're getting into a run of like his filmography that I actually haven't seen, which is exciting. Like the majority of his movies that I had seen were from the front half of his filmography. And I'm actually almost halfway through the journey. So it'll be fun to keep on trudging along with that. There's no rush. I didn't set like a timeline or a due date for me to, a deadline rather, for me to finish it. So I'm going at my own pace and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I really am. It's fun for me because I'm not tied down by, oh, I have to watch this amount of movies every day to make a video on it. Like it's actually, I'm taking time for myself to do a movie related project. And I don't know the last time I've done that. It's not like some mandated thing. And it's really healthy actually for me to do that, because oftentimes I'll be caught up and I got to do this for a video. Like I got to watch this so I can do a ranking. I got to watch this so I can do a ranking or review it. But to just admire my favorite director's work on my own time, it's like, and I'm learning a lot too. I'm viewing it like, obviously it's entertainment at the end of the day, but it's like I'm studying his filmmaking techniques in a sense too. So it's informative to me. And yeah, just the way that he uses like widescreen, and there's so much detail in every single shot. There's just so much to soak in. It's great. He's a legend, and so it's been a fun journey for me. And I will do a big old ranking at the end of the journey, but that's not the reason I'm doing it. So yeah, it's been really fun to answer the question. 3 more weeks till Red Guardian accent. Thunderbolts. Hell yes. Hell yes. Golden Glizzy, what a username, sent a super chat. You have a question to go with it? I know there's no question attached. I will look through the chat. What a username. That's so funny. Okay, we have an imposter in the chat, so I'm going to ban them forever because that's lame and I don't vibe with that. So have good riddance, and to quote Toby. And let's keep going. Yeah, if you impersonate me, you will get blocked forever. And it will be the quickest I ever block someone, because nothing really makes me mad that much in live streams except that. That actually makes me really mad when people like take my profile picture and try and act like me, because it's childish. It's childish. So whoever that was, peace forever. Good riddance. Anyway. All right, let me take a sip of water. Golden Glizzy, do you have a question? I have to wait and see if Golden Glizzy has a question now. Hold on. It's just a super. I appreciate the super chat, but I would love to answer a question as well. Golden Glizzy. That's too good. Hold on. No question from Golden Glizzy. Okay. I will get to it if I see one. What an incredible username. All right. What are my thoughts on the Chicken Jockey trend in theaters? It's childish to me. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. Shoot. I've never seen Juror number 2. I've heard all about it, just have not actually watched it. Yeah, the season finale is incredible. I've seen all of Daredevil Born Again. For those who are inquiring about it, I'm not going to answer any. Like, do I think? I saw someone asked a question about like, do I think this happened for Ep8? Well, I've seen the whole season. I watched it. I have an early review on the channel it was early March, I want to say. So I can talk spoilers after next week's episode, but I can't say. All I can say is my favorite episode is Ep9. You'll know why, for multiple reasons. Whew. All right, let's keep going. It's having fun. Good stream so far. Do I think there's a chance your opinion on Karate Kid Legends changes when it releases? I hope so. I'm never going into a movie hoping that I hate it. But I have been... Damn, this guy's resistant, buddy. Oh, hold on. I think hold on. I accidentally just banned the wrong person. That's annoying. Hold up. There we go. Jeez, this guy's resilient. I accidentally got rid of someone who I did not mean to get rid of. It literally updated. That's so unfortunate. I hope that I will literally go out of my way right now to get that person back in the stream, because that's not who I was trying to get rid of. My freaking thing updated. That sucks. That's not at all what I meant to do. And they just sent a super chat. I feel horrible. That is so unfortunate. I will go out of my way right now to go into YouTube Studio to undo whatever I just did. That was not at all my intention. I feel horrible right now. Damn. My computer literally updated. I hit the 3 dots next to the person's name to ban them, and then it like went up as I clicked it, and then it got rid of TCKH, which is not what I meant to do. So if someone wants to look into how to undo that, that would be great. But regardless, I will make sure it's all right by the time once this is all resolved. Anyway, people are being weird in the stream today. But what's your favorite cartoon TV show? Mine is Adventure Time. Cartoon TV show. I would say cartoon TV show. I mean, from childhood, I love to watch the classic episodes of SpongeBob, but I wouldn't say that's like my favorite. But there's so many quotable, hilarious moments from that show. I would also say cartoon. I wasn't huge on the animated shows, like Clone Wars, maybe that. Like, I think I have the fondest memories of watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network growing up. That was like my jam. The early seasons of that. I think I watched like the first 5 on Cartoon Network. Then 6 came back on Netflix, and 7 was Disney Plus. So I would say I'd probably say Star Wars: The Clone Wars when it's all said and done. But yeah, let's see. Oh man, that's so funny, dude. I saw the chat. That was a good one, Jacob. That got me. All right. Okay. Sometimes, man, that was funny. He was talking about how the person impersonating is probably the same dipshit who's been throwing popcorn in a Minecraft movie. Oh man. Where was I? I feel horrible, by the way. Like, I'm going out of my way to find TCKH on a social media platform after the stream and reach out that I did not mean to do what I did. Like, I feel bad. There's nothing I can do now, I don't think, for this stream at least. But horrible that it happened. Okay, anyway. Have I seen The Night Agent? I have never seen The Night Agent. I've seen the advertising for it. I know of The Night Agent, but I've not actually seen the show. I have not watched Adolescence yet either. I'm trying to find where I was in the chat, by the way. We're going to do a little speed round. All right, here's where I was. We're back on track. TUDUM is May 31st. May 31st, they're going to highlight a bunch of upcoming movies and shows on Netflix. What's my favorite Western? Probably the OG Magnificent Seven. I just have the most memories of watching that with my dad growing up. Let's see. We got people watching from California, England, Wales, the US. Crazy, honestly. Bryden says, how likely does Minecraft have to... it's going to make $1 billion, if that's the question. It's going to make $1 billion for sure. For sure, it's going to make it probably within the next couple weeks. It'll make $1 billion. Have I watched Lemonade Mouth? This is one of those that I've seen like so much of on TV growing up, but I don't think I've ever fully watched it. So no, I can't say I have. Hello, Chris, been following you for years. Salute to you. Well, glad to have you in here. Thank you for sticking around all these years. I know it's been a crazy journey over the years, but thank you for sticking through it. Am I going to miss Carson Beck? I'm not. I'm ready. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Roberto says, hey, how are you? I'm doing good, Roberto. What are some of your favorite Val Kilmer movies? I would say... obviously, Top Gun. I would say Heat is one that I need to watch again. I've seen Heat one time. I really dug it. It was like 2018 when I watched it. So pre-Letterboxd. Really dug it. But I have to go back to it. The Val Kilmer. I watched this movie growing up that I saw one time called The Saint with Val Kilmer, but I don't remember much about it. Haven't seen Tombstone. I know that's one of the popular ones. But yeah, Val Kilmer. Top Gun Maverick's probably my favorite movie with him in it. That's my answer probably. We got a super chat from Bryden saying, do you think you will have a satisfying ending? I don't think it will unless Joe Goldberg dies or is forever imprisoned. But if he just gets off and he gets away scot-free and is still doing his thing, like I don't think it'll be satisfying. So I feel like in order for you to have had a satisfying ending, it might have needed to end after the third season. But you know, I really don't know how to feel about this. I think there's a chance it's highly unsatisfying. So we'll see. If I had to bet, I'd say it might not be a satisfying ending. Now I know that's not what you want to hear, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that right now, unfortunately. Does anyone know how to unban someone, by the way? I would love to figure that out. I just feel guilt right now. Anyway. Okay. Let's do a speed round. What say you? I was right here. Thanos versus Vecna. Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet's probably beating most people, so that's my answer. Makes it easier on me. Who are your two favorite Thunderbolts members? Okay, so like MCU characters. Probably gonna have to say Yelena and Bucky. As much as I love Red Guardian, and we've only got him in one project, Yelena's been in a couple. Bucky's awesome now. I'd go with Bucky and Yelena, but Red Guardian's right there. Which console is your favorite? PS3, PS4, PS5? I would say I have the best memories of playing the PS3 growing up. But honestly, if you want me to throw it back, I'd say the PS2 was goated. I had NCAA on there. I had Medal of Honor on there, and I would have my friends over, and we would play like 4 screens on one TV, all in the same room, which I feel like is lost now. I don't know. And so we had like, we wouldn't like screen peek or screen cheat or whatever the hell we called it. And it was so fun. Oh my God, it was fun. It's 4 people running around a map trying to kill the other people, but it was so much fun. So PS2 was legendary for me, but PS3 I'm fond of. I've had PS4 and now I have a PS5, but they're not, they're really probably the most advanced consoles, obviously, with the best graphics and all that, technical stuff. But in terms of like memories and most played, PS2 and PS3 for me. Sam says, sleeper pick, Thunderbolts will be a top 10 MCU movie of all time. That's high praise. It could be. Anything's possible, but the way I'm viewing it is how will it stack up to other like non-Avengers, like No Way Homes, Deadpool, Wolverines. I call them like nostalgia movies, not in a bad way because I love them both a lot. But like, how will it stack up to those? Like, how will it stack up to, let's say, like Guardians 1? How will it stack up to, Ragnarok, Shang-Chi, things like that? And I think it's going to be pretty damn good. I've got a good feeling about it. So if it cracks the top 10 all time, it's got to be pretty damn good, guys. The top 15, I'd say the top half of the MCU is great almost. And then like most of the MCU movies are really good. So if it's even in the top 14, 15, it's a special movie probably for the year. You have to think. You'd have to think, right? We'll see, obviously, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay. Black Bag was so mid. I was not. I think mid. I don't love to say mid anymore, really, but it is mid. If you want the truth, it's middle of the road. It's a 3 out of 5. Not much enthralling happened in terms of character development. There's no action. I thought it was going to be a spy action movie, so like my expectations were just completely wrong. That's my fault, probably. But I thought it was going to be something it wasn't. And so that you can imagine the shock when the credits roll. And I'm like, that was the entire movie. It was a slow burn that never really got going for me. So I was not a fan. I gave it a 3 out of 5, probably too high, honestly. Logan says, what's going on, Chris? You excited for Doomsday or the Odyssey? I'm more excited for the Odyssey because Nolan will not disappoint, I don't think, and that cast is all-time stuff. But I'm clearly pumped for Doomsday as well. But if I had to pick to watch one right now, I'd pick the Odyssey because I'm more confident in it. It's really like, why would I not be confident, in a Nolan movie at this point, especially after Oppenheimer? What's my favorite Mission Impossible movie? Give me Fallout or give me Death. Nick M in the chat says, Chris, where was the Mithrigan 2.0 trailer reaction? It looks pretty bad, and I actually like the first movie. They completely abandoned the horror genre. Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer. I don't plan to. I despise Megan, or Mithrigan, if you will. Not a fan at all. So, this goes back. I went off on Megan, I think, on a stream at one point in time. You can go to my letterbox and see what I have it rated at, but Not a Mithrigan guy. I've heard it's going full action though, which is nuts. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep it going. Which movies are you hyped for this year? I am hyped for Avatar: Fire and Ash. I'm not hyped for that one, but I am hyped for Wicked for Good. I'll say that in terms of movies, that's up there for like most excited of the year. Do I like Scarface? The eyes, Chico, they never lie. Yeah, I'm a fan. I've seen it once or twice in my life. Pre-Letterboxd, though. So that was 2017, 18 probably when I watched that movie. And I've rewatched moments from it, like the final shootout scene a good bit of times in my life. It's not my favorite of like the mob genre, but it's a movie you gotta experience once. It's so iconic. But yeah. Let's see. What is the worst Marvel movie? So Marvel in general or MCU? I'm going to go Marvel in general. That I've seen, you could make the case for like Madam Web. You could make the case for Morbius. You could make the case for certainly something like, let's say, an X-Men Origins Wolverine, something like that. I have never seen fully Fant Four Stick, which I know is Fantastic Four from 2015. I will rectify that and finish the movie before this new one comes out, but I think that might actually be the worst Marvel movie ever. It was god awful what I saw of it. Okay. Alrighty. Wolverine's death was very tragic. Boromir in Lord of the Rings was tragic. Yeah, speaking of tragic deaths from past films, absolutely. Star Wars buying Disney. I won't argue with that, dude. Yeah, AMC's goated. I love a good Regal, but to find one is a rarity, I feel. It's just really difficult to, find an actual great Regal around here. But yeah, hold on. Let me look something up real quick while we're on stream. Okay, I'm looking it up right now. So apparently a blocked viewer cannot be unblocked for the particular stream they were blocked from. So that's a bummer. Bummer. All right, anyway, my eye itches. Okay. Where was I? But AMC, yeah, I'm AMC Stubs A-list again, which means that I can see up to 3 movies a week. It will be 4 soon. All right, I was somewhere around here. I'm trying to find where I was in the chat. Oh, there I was. I always lose my spot. Hell of a Summer in Warfare. Yeah, Finn Wolfhard and Joseph Quinn. That's a main draw for me to go see those movies. Do I think Jonathan will die? Hayden asks. It's kind of like him, Steve, or Nancy could go, but I feel like they might want to let them all live. But Jonathan could definitely bite the dust. It wouldn't shock me to see him die. TUDUM is May 31st. Was Jurassic Park 2 that bad? I don't think it's that bad. I just think it's a bit of a bore. I mean, most of the Jurassic movies that aren't Jurassic Park are, frankly. Jurassic Park 3, underrated, I feel. Movie after Amistad of Saving Private Ryan. Oh, yeah. Should have won Best Picture 100%. I'm excited to revisit that. That's like the war movie, in my opinion. Dr. Taylor Swift says your live stream is really so amazing. I love them. Well, thank you, Dr. Taylor Swift. That's a cool, unique username. I appreciate it, though. What's your favorite Taylor Swift song would be my question to you. Your take on 28 years later. I got to do my homework and watch the first 2 movies before I get excited for this one. But yeah, I'm excited based on the trailer. Like if we're going off trailer vibes, it was a really well done, well put together trailer. Gavin in the chat. Shout out Gavin. Hey, Chris, want to let you know I'll be starting a new job next week, so I'm not going to be able to watch the live streams that much, but I'll try to catch them. Well, I appreciate it, Gavin. You've always asked some of my favorite questions no BS, really. Like some of the most unique, innovative questions. So I appreciate you. And whenever you can, hop in and fire off one, let me know, man, because they stir up some good discussion. And good luck with the new job. I hope all that goes well, dude. So good vibes your way. All right. Water break in honor of that. Cheers. Adam says hi. Well, hello. Golden Glizzy. I finally caught up to Golden Glizzy. You said the super chat. The Upside Down is stuck on the day Will went missing. They find a date inside the Upside Down to the day Will went missing. 11 traps herself and closes both gates, reverting everything to 11/6/83. Is this a theory you have? Because, we know that in the Upside Down, it's frozen in time on November 6, 1983, as evidenced by Nancy's diary entry. But that's an interesting theory, reverting everything back to 11/6/83. Could you imagine? It's like a Minutemen type of situation where like at the end of Stranger Things, we're back in 1983. That would be wild. I don't think they would do that, but that would be crazy because that would mean effectively who would be alive? It would get into that time travel thing. Like, would Billy be back? Would Bob be alive? Would Eddie be back? Like, that would be something else. Apologies for the loud noise outside, by the way, but that would be crazy. Gavin, speaking of Gavin, favorite John Wick action scene, I would say it's really difficult for me to not go with the scene in the fourth film where like the camera pans up overhead and we see him just mowing people down with like dragon's breath. That is one of the sickest scenes in John Wick. But the fact that it's accompanied by, like, we get the car chase scene as this train is just like stopped right here. Did you guys hear that? Like, apologies. I wish there was something I could do. It's like every time I go live or I film a video, they're just like, you know what? Let's mess with this guy. So that's what that noise is, by the way. Apologies. But anyway, nothing I can do about it. So yeah, you get like this car chase scene with like the arch. And then like he's like dodging cars, having this full-on fight. And then I'm pretty sure if I'm remembering the order of events right, then we get like the shootout scene. And then we have like the stair scene. And then we go into like the final duel. It's one of the sickest like hours of a movie out there. So I would say that entire hour of John Wick 4, in terms of action movie scenes, it's got to be in the conversation for some of the sickest of all time. No worries at all, Abby. No worries. No worries. Danny Phantom was fun. Yeah, it's a childhood show I forgot about. Danny Phantom. What's your favorite Spielberg film? I don't want to say because I'm watching through them, but I'll say this much. I have a list on my Letterboxd, private, but you can get access to it if you're a patron. You can see my ranking right now, actually, as I watch through them on Patreon. If you go join my Patreon, it's $5 a month. And I'm reacting to X-Men 97. I got a fun Stranger Things series, and I got some more live streams just like this over there. So go check all that out. But yeah, I'd say you guys should know what is in the conversation. Here's my hint. My cat's name. Okay. Apparently someone burned a chair when Flint and Steel came up. Dear Lord, this is like anarchy in the streets. This is like the end of Joker. When White Room plays. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Just anarchy in the streets. Oh, man. Hello from New Zealand. What time is it out there? That's the real question. Let's see. That's wild. Thank you for the support from all the way across the globe. Let's see. Iron Man 3 or first Ant-Man? Give me Ant-Man. Ant-Man is so underrated. Let's hit a speed round, actually, real quick. Like a legit speed round. How does he keep going back? Dedication, if we're talking about the schmuck that keeps coming in here and impersonating me. Hey, Chris, despite everyone being fed up on movie remakes, me included, what's a movie that you would love to see remade? Good question, Odell. I would say let's remake. If we had to do a remake, what would deserve a remake that wouldn't piss me off too much? This is not a good answer because the trope of this movie has been done a bunch. But a movie like Big could be remade, modernized. It's kind of already been done with other slasher films, but I think Big, we've already got like 13 going 30. Big might work. I feel like it's just a timeless concept. There's always new technology that, people could go back and maybe Big. Bad answer, unfortunately. What do you hope for the Stranger Things endings and epilogues in Stranger Things 5? Love your videos and lives, by the way. Well, thank you, Sky. I appreciate it. I made a video recently devoted to a vision I had for how this season could end. But in terms of let's see. Yeah, I don't know. This is tough. I would say, shoot. What do you hope for the character endings and epilogues of Stranger Things 5? Love your videos and lives, by the way. Yeah, I would love if we got to see our gang, like I said in that video. I would love to see if we had, our gang of main kids go and have one final sort of D&D campaign. I think that would be a really sweet ending, So that would be really cool. Other than that, though, I won't get into it too much, but I would really just want Steve to live. I think Hopper and Joyce having their date at Enzo's would be sweet, and then Steve maybe getting out of Hawkins finally, like something like that would be cool. Nancy and whoever she ends up with, things like that, I think would be cool to see. So yeah, that's kind of. Sorry, my eye itches right now. That's kind of my theory. So yeah. All right. Where was I? All right, I answered this one. Hey, Chris, did you hear about the new animated Predator movie, Predator Killer of Killers, that's coming out on Hulu on June 6th? I personally think the trailer looks awesome. Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer, but I heard it's coming out. It's like a surprise movie. I don't think that people knew this was coming. Is that correct? Pretty neat. I have some Predator homework to do, if you want my honest opinion. I put out a video today. You can go check that out. But I have some Predator homework to do. I need to watch the second film, Predators, The Predator. So I've only seen the first one, if you want the truth. That's the only one I've seen. So yeah, I got some homework to do. And I got to watch Prey, which is a really requested watch for me for years. People have been saying I need to watch it. So yeah, I would say Prey is also on that list. Yeah, so I got to watch 4 or 5 movies before, because I've seen Alien vs. Predator, so both of them actually for alien purposes. So yeah, I would say need to do my homework before I get too excited. All right. Do I think Daredevil will continue beyond the 2 confirmed seasons? I certainly hope so. I would love it if that was the case, because to me, season 1 establishes this new Daredevil in the MCU by the end, and it's like let's continue this story for as long as possible. So yeah, I would love it if it went a couple seasons. I just hope that eventually he can show up in movies, just like a quick cameo scene. I'm talking like how Natasha plays that big of a role in Winter Soldier. Like I want Daredevil to have that level of a role in a movie. Damn near make him the star of a movie, but we'll see. We shall see. Did I watch the FNAF 2 trailer? I did. I'm not a FNAF guy, as you guys know, so it didn't really do anything for me, but it was also really a quick teaser. Leanna says, I had no idea the Upside Down Con was the first of its kind and possibly a total one-off. It was my first U.S. con. We flew in from London for it as well to visit all film locations. Well, I hope you had the best time. I hope you got to go visit the school because it is gone now, which is a very big bummer. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I remember now, because I don't think there was a profile picture there earlier. And so I saw your name, but now I see your face. I'm like, I do remember that exchange. So yeah. Yeah, that's lovely. I hope you had a great time. Did you go? I'm assuming you hit Creel House in Rome, so that's up north. Then maybe Hawkins High School at the time. It's remnants, I guess, are still there. It's not far from where the Upside Down Con was. Then you got the neighborhood with all the houses. You got Hopper's Cabin, the Starcourt Mall. You got the pool from season 3. Lots of other ones as well. I mean, Penhurst Asylum. Tons of other ones. Benny's. Burgers. I mean, there are so many in Georgia. It's Palace Arcade. I could go on and on. I could. I mean, there's so many. So I hope you had a great trip. And yeah, if there's ever like a big Stranger Things con in the US, I will, that's like centered around Stranger Things. I will likely be going, and I will make a video about it to let everyone know that it's coming as well. So yeah, I'm glad you got to make the trip out here. That's really cool. That's like a once in a lifetime thing too. It's very, very cool. My buddy Ollie, he's from the UK. He came out and he went to the con, visited filming locations as well. So A lot of people traveled from like across the world to go to the con, which is really neat. I know a lot of people drove from all around the U.S. that I met too. So, which Marvel character are you surprised didn't get a live action adaptation? I would say we need to get Spider Gwen or Gwen Stacy. We've had Gwen Stacy, but Spider Gwen specifically, let's get her in live action. And when can we do that? In the new trilogy. All right, that's my thing. We need it. Okay. Did I ever watch Outer Banks? Hell yeah. P for L, Pogue for life, baby. Love me some OBX. I have talked about Outer Banks tons on the channel. I have tons of videos actually. You guys can go. Am I lagging right now? Let's see. I don't think I am, but let me know. Okay, so yeah, I love Outer Banks. I've made tons of shorts and videos about it. It's a very cheesy show. Oh, the stream is lagging apparently. Or is the chat lagging? Let me check on my phone real quick. Hold on. Hello. Let me see how far behind I am. Okay, lagging. People are saying lag. People are saying no lag. Apologies if it's lagging. All right. Let's see. But no, I love me some Outer Banks. I'd watch Outer Banks at the end of time, but it ends next year with season 5. Let's see. Hello there. How you doing? How many more days till TUDUM? I don't know the day count, but it's May 31st. So we're like a little over a month out, probably. What Stranger Things 5 character will die first? I feel like the latest they would kill a character in the season is probably, I don't know, maybe, let's say, when would they do that? I don't think they would wait till the finale, but it might just be the finale, honestly. Like the penultimate ep. I don't think they would kill someone like second episode. So who would die first? If they kill someone major, it would probably, like a character like Murray, they might kill in like ep 6. But like a main character, probably not until the finale, honestly. They would want to wait until the end. Yeah. Thank you, Canadian Bacon. I appreciate the kind words. What's my opinion on Callie, as in the character or the state? The character Callie, I don't want to see her return. I think we let her ride off into the distance. In terms of the state of California, been out there a couple of times in my life. As of late, I've pretty much gone out there like every year. I would say it's. I've been in LA. I've been in Sacramento. It's a huge state, and it's not like the perception people who don't live in California have is, oh my gosh, it's just LA. It's the movies. It's Hollywood. But that's not the case. Like you go out to other parts of California, and there's like just trees or no trees. Like it's just desert, or it's just like hills and grass. And it's such a big state with different landscapes that a lot of people just have Hollywood on their mind, and I get it, because I thought that way too, but there's so much more to California. I'm actually watching X-Men 97 right now for the first time. So if you want my thoughts, you can go and you can watch my reactions over on Patreon. Do I think any of the party will die? I don't. But if someone were to go, it might be Will, which would be very sad. In terms of like the younger kids, Will 11 Max on the hot seat, Mike safe, Dustin safe, Lucas probably safe. All right. Have I seen Sadie Sink's new movie Odessa? If so, what do you think? I actually haven't watched that yet, but my buddy, my mod Starcourt, he checked that one out, and he said it was all right. But I've heard good things about, I've heard good things about Sadie Sink's performance. I've heard the movie's a bit eccentric, kind of weird at times. But yeah, I've never watched it. I haven't checked it out yet, but I was going to. I just haven't watched it. All right, let's see. What's your favorite movie from the young adult adaptations? Hunger Games, Twilight, Maze Runner, etc. It's like Divergent. Probably Catching Fire. I would say the Hunger Games Catching Fire is my favorite Hunger Games movie. I think it's the best movie of all of the pack of those. I wasn't crazy about Maze Runner. The first Divergent's entertaining enough. But yeah. All right. I have not watched Fear Street. I talked about that a little earlier in the stream. I haven't. I'm going to do my homework before the new movie comes out, though, for sure. Is it weird that I'm more excited for the Tron Ares score than the movie? No, because I think the Tron Legacy score bangs, right? Like I haven't listened to it in a while, but I'm aware of its existence. I've heard it on TikTok. I have seen the movie years ago, but there are movies like that where it's like, yeah, I'm ready for the score. Movie might not be all that, but the score, yeah, I could feel you on that. I mean, I thought the visuals of that trailer sold me. It looked unique and it's really cool, to be honest. So I'm kind of intrigued by that trailer, but yeah, no, the score should probably be pretty sick, honestly. Do I think Andor season 2 will be more watched than season 1? I'm getting insanely hyped for season 2. It could definitely be more viewed. The hype could be there, or people might just be done and fallen off with Andor. It's hard to really say, but I would say I don't know. What was season 1 viewership? I feel like Star Wars has taken a hit in the past 3 years, but maybe Andor could stand out and be the one, the outlier, the one that proves people wrong. We'll see. It's prestige TV, right? They've marketed it that way. A GTA movie, someone said, that would do numbers for sure. Maybe they could get that out before the next game. Dumbledore death is tragic. Definitely is. Yep, definitely some movies where the soundtrack's more memorable than the movie itself. Abby says, any plans to check out Epic Universe? I need to see Isle of Berk and Dark Universe in person. Yeah, I'd love to go down to Epic Universe. Probably not going to happen this calendar year. Next year is the hope to go down there, but yeah, I would love to go. I mean, I've seen so many videos, been living vicariously through them. I've always loved the theme park POVs of just people walking through or like riding rides. And so, yeah, I would love to go down there and hit up, the Isle of Berk area. The Harry Potter ride, Battle of the Ministry of Magic or whatever it's called, is sick. This train's relentless, guys. It's been going for like it's picking back up right now. It's been going for like 40 minutes. So if you've heard a noise, I'm really sorry. I think it's finally moving, but just nonstop the entire time. Okay, I think it might be going away finally. Let me take a water break. Anyway, yeah, I would love to go down there. The Dark Universe. I seen what did I see? I saw some of the queue of the new Monsters Unleashed. Is that the name of the ride? Yeah, that one looks sick with like all the different animatronics. That ride looks dope. And I'd say I might be the least excited for the Nintendo world now after what I've seen. I've heard some mediocre things. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm too excited for the Nintendo land, but we'll see. Agatha had better views than Daredevil. I did not know that. That's crazy. Yeah, I think it's called Stardust Racers or something like that. Yeah, whatever that ride is called, it looks intense. I've heard some people say it's more intense than Velocicoaster. Wild. Thoughts on Mario Movie 2? I'm good. I wasn't crazy about the first one, but I know they're going to make another because the first one made $1 billion. What do I think about Sadie Sink in Spider-Man 4? I say hell yeah to that. I would love to see her play Jean Grey, but if that's not possible, then, make her a character who can have some sustained longevity in the MCU because I don't want her to be a one-done. I want her to be in multiple films. Thoughts on Mando and Grogu? I think it should have just been Mando season 4. I worry that it's going to play out like a TV show that was turned into a movie, and that's never what you want to hear. Well, I'm glad you can't hear it because it's finally quiet. At least it was like never ending, right in my ear. Oh, too much. It was too much. Let's see. You think Eddie will come back in season 5? I think Joseph Quinn will make an appearance in some way, but I don't think Eddie will be alive. Am I going to see Until Dawn? I don't know. Is this the thing that was based on the video game? I don't have that one on my radar. If there was a Lord of the Rings ride, would you want it to be a roller coaster or a dark ride? I would want it to be like a Hagrid sort of ride or maybe a dark ride, actually. A dark ride would be so sick. Oh, man. A dark ride roller coaster hybrid a la Hagrid's. Hagrid's is my favorite ride maybe ever. So I would want it to be kind of like that. do I think any of the parents will drop in Stranger Things season 5? So which one? Maybe Ted, Ted or Karen, but even then that might be a bit of a stretch. I think like Dustin and Lucas's parents are probably safe. Joyce is safe probably. Horror movie based off a game loosely. Okay, yeah, cool. What do you think about Scream with no Tara, or Tara, potato, tomato? I always mix them up. Or Sam. I've seen a lot of Twitter beef happening about this. I think that it sucks, obviously. I wanted to have another film with them. I wanted them to be back. I really did love those characters. But at the same time, I know that Scream was around before them and it will be around past them. So my take on it is it sucks. They're gone. But if we're looking at their characters, they have an ending point. And it's in retrospect, I wish it wasn't their end, but they had a great ending, walking off as the mask's on the ground. Like, it's fantastic. It's great. So their story's done. So they could bring back some OGs and we'll always have Scream 5 and 6. So I'm not, I'm going to continue watching Scream. I liked Scream before they were around. I don't like Scream after, but I obviously wish they could come back and hope they can figure something out down the line. I don't know if they will, but I'm looking forward to Scream 7 definitely, but I do wish that those two were in it. I do. That's my take. What's my dream Stranger Things ride? Ooh, dude, great question. I would say I would love if we were sitting on bikes. So kind of like E.T. at Universal, but instead of it being like a platform with bikes on it, like kind of like Tron, I guess you're sitting on a bike, but you're almost like strapped into a bike. Like, actually, I don't know, something like that. But it's a dark ride hybrid with, it's like Hagrid's. It's literally my go-to. It's like just like Hagrid's, where there's a cool story, some animatronics, but like the kids are maybe guiding you through an adventure in Hawkins. You encounter the Demogorgon, Vecna's like the final thrill, and it plays like the Stranger Things soundtrack, but the score throughout. So like you're riding through Hawkins in like an interior dark ride portion, and like kids is playing. And then you encounter a Demogorgon or something. It maybe goes through Stranger Things. I think that a Stranger Things adventure would be the name of the ride, or something like blank. A Stranger Things adventure would be thrilling stuff. And they need to make a Stranger Things amusement park or something eventually. I think they will do something with Netflix and amusement parks. But yeah, I would love that. I would eat that up. So that'd be my pitch. We'll probably wrap up here soon. I got to go eat dinner, but it's been a fun stream. All things considered, for the most part. Apologies for starting a few minutes late. Apologies for some, what's the word I'm looking for? Disturbances in the force. Okay. I've not read the Stranger Things books, but I would be interested. Are they canon is the thing I always ask. Are they technically canon? I don't know. Without spoilers, would you say the Succession series finale is one of the best endings to a TV show? 100%. Yes. It's I can't say much if you don't want me to spoil it, but it perfectly closes out every character arc, and it's the inevitability of it all comes to fruition. That's all I'll say. It was cinema. I'll say it. It was a great finale. Great finale. What characters in Doomsday would you be sad not to see? What characters in Avengers Doomsday would you would be sad not to see? So, like, yeah, someone who wouldn't be in Doomsday. Obviously, Spidey. I'm bummed about that, like everyone else, but I get it. First time seeing him post his own movie, No Way Home, should be in his own Spider-Man movie, probably. Yeah, I would probably go with Spidey or Strange, but yeah, those two come to mind. They're really basic answers, but they're two that I'd be bummed not to see him. I would. Also, Miss Marvel, I'd be bummed not to see her. She's cool. Well, good night. Thank you for tuning in until 1 a.m. That's wild. Wild. Time differences never fail to amaze me. All right. I'll take a couple more and then we'll wrap this thing up. Favorite non-Disney or Universal park? I don't really even have one, honestly. Like, those are the only two that I frequent. I went to Six Flags like twice growing up over Georgia, but I haven't really been since. So I'd say I don't know if I have one, honestly. Maybe like there was one in Valdosta, Georgia called Wild Adventures I went to growing up a couple times. So that maybe, but those are like obscure, I feel. Is Daredevil Born Again better than all 3 seasons of Daredevil? No. I think that it's really good, but Daredevil season, I think the Daredevil show is better than Daredevil Born Again. Not to say that these future seasons couldn't, make it better, but I just think that, the Daredevil Netflix show is better in my opinion. What is a YouTube or what is a show that you'd recommend to someone that recently got HBO and Max? 1,000,000% Barry. You got to watch Barry. 30-minute episodes. Bill Hader doing dark comedy, but also showing his serious acting chops. It's hilarious. It's dark. It's gritty. It's disturbing at times, but really great show. 4 seasons. Go watch Barry. You won't be upset. It's original TV too. So go check it out. Dark comedy. It's really brilliant by the end too, the way they kind of conclude it all. I've never been to Cedar Point, but I've seen some ride POVs lately on my TikTok. Keep watch burn Deadpool and Wolverine, Jaws, Logan. I would say I'm keeping Jaws. It's the one I go to the most of those and the most important movie to me of those. I would want to watch Logan and then I would burn Deadpool and Wolverine because I love me some Deadpool and Wolverine, but of the 3, it's the one I could go without. Probably. I do plan to rewatch the Mission Impossible movies before Final Reckoning. Probably start that up in early May. I've never seen Lost because I got spoiled for something major that happens, I'm pretty sure, as a child, actually, someone told me. And so I've just been I'm not watching Lost because I know what happens. So I've avoided it my whole life intentionally. But I think that's a good one to end on. So I think we'll wrap the stream up here. I appreciate you guys for sticking around the whole time. Apologies again for some weird disturbances. Apparently there were some lags. I'm sorry about that. And people being weird, impersonating. What are we doing? Are we 5? Also, deepest condolences to TCKH. I'm sick about it. I'm going to try and find a way to get in contact with TCKH because there was an accidental ban of them, which was just not supposed to happen. So my fault entirely. My apologies. That was not my intention. There was a glitch in my chat and it just happened. So I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. It was a fun one. I should have some vids coming tomorrow and later in the week. And then obviously we're getting closer to some bigger movies coming out. We're so close to summer movie season. I cannot wait. But that was a fun stream. Thank you guys for being here. If you hit the like button, if you watched on the replay, thank you so much for being here. Of course, subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button if you're here on the replay. That helps out a lot as well. And that'll do it. So I'm going to go eat dinner now. And I hope everyone has a good night. I might sneeze right as this ends. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.